What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I have an awesome one to bring you guys this evening. We're going to be talking obviously about the broad crypto market here. We're going to be talking about Shiba Inu because there is a really big move that is looking like it's going to happen in the near future. Now, I also have a couple of other really strong crypto setups that you guys should definitely keep an eye on as well. So before we get into all of that information, guys, if you guys wouldn't mind dropping a like down on this video here. Costs you nothing to do it, but it helps me out a whole lot spreading these videos out to as many people who actually want to learn to have long-term success in these markets here. Now, again, obviously, as always, I do have to give a shout out to all of the members in my private community. We're going to be throwing up some of the gains on here. Shout out to all of you guys that have been nailing all of these trades this week. The Facebook, the Etsy, the Marvel, the Tesla, the IBM, the Etsy. I think I already mentioned that one. Absolutely epic, guys. Again, this is the only week where I am going to be offering that 2-week free trial. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys check out that link down below. You guys get access to both the courses, all the private live streams every single day. You get access to all of the full watch list of stocks and cryptos that are about to explode before they do. You guys get the macro research reports, the single stock research reports, the pre-market plans that I send out. There's a lot in there, guys. Again, I've been doing this since I was 14 years old. I know a lot about the markets and how to navigate them. If you guys are interested in really taking your performance in the market to the next level, just like all of my students, make sure you guys check out that link down below. But let's get into this over here and start talking a little bit about Bitcoin. So, if you guys have been paying attention to the videos that we've been making on this channel here, we've been obviously talking a lot about this prior all-time high zone. We broke through it, we retested again, and then we finally got our nice break to the upside. We crossed 100K on Bitcoin, which is awesome, but what I will say is that this daily candle that we're seeing right here on Bitcoin is absolutely horrendous. This is not what you want to see. And just think about it right here, just in terms of the behaviors of buyers and sellers. You have the buyers pushing price all the way up to this peak over here right around 104,000, and then what do you see? The sellers come in and whack this thing right back down, meaning that the buyers were not strong enough to hold price at those upside levels with all of that new selling pressure coming in. To me, in the short term, this does not make me feel very bullish about Bitcoin's price. Now, I am not saying that we are just going to come all the way down here through this all-time high zone and trickle all the way lower, but what I am saying is that I think it's pretty likely that we do another test of this zone here before we end up moving to the upside, and we could even be in for a nice period of chop before it ends up continuing to make that move. Now, is that period of chop going to be similar to what we were seeing back in March all the way up into kind of October, November here? I don't know, it's very possible, but with that daily candle there, we definitely need to be careful. So, just kind of getting that out of the way there, ladies and gentlemen, making sure that everybody kind of has an understanding of kind of the big boy over here in the crypto space, Bitcoin. Now, let's get into this kind of conversation about Shiba Inu. As always, guys, remember, these are not long-term holds for me, and personally, again, none of this is financial advice. Personally, I don't think it's a very smart decision to try and hold these types of altcoins, meme coins in a portfolio for the long term. But what I will say is these are some of the most fun things to trade in the market because of how technical these cryptos like to move. And it has been absolutely awesome if you guys have been following along. So let's bring up the chart over here and kind of go through a little bit of this analysis. Obviously, those of you guys that have been hanging out here saw this call that I made on Shiba Inu a couple of weeks ago there on November 9th. We got that really nice push to the upside. We made a couple of other great calls in this area as well. And now we recently saw a nice push. We've seen some chop, but this period right here, to me, is very interesting. When we start to see these types of cryptos moving to the upside the way that they are and rejecting at these key areas, but not necessarily shifting the overall trend that it's in, that's when I start to pay very close attention. So here's what I would say to look for out of Shiba Inu going into the next couple of days for some continued movement to the upside. And obviously, we are going to be going over two scenarios here. The one that I think is relatively likely in this case here, that we do end up seeing this period of consolidation and then a significant move to the upside. But we also have to cover, again, because it's not beneficial to anybody if I just sit here and scream to the moon at everyone. That's not going to help everybody out. We're also going to go through a scenario that those of you guys that have been in this for a while might be able to use this idea in order to take some profits off the table or even your entire position. So what I would expect to see here, and let me actually just start using this trend line tool, is I think we could easily see a nice period here where we start to chop around right in this range like I've kind of drawn out here. Now, if we end up pushing and actually forming this range and then getting that nice push to the upside like this, your entry will be right at the break of that high. Now, again, those of you guys that have seen this, again, we saw a nice push up, nice period of consolidation, breaks these highs, you end up entering, you put your stop at the day low, and then you see what happens next. Guys, this happens over and over and over again in the market. I look at the same things all of the time, and you would think it would be boring, but it isn't because of all the money that's coming in off of these setups here. So that is kind of the best case scenario right now for Shiba Inu. And I honestly think it's pretty likely that this is going to start to happen. It's very similar to what we were talking about in the XRP video yesterday, where we were starting to see those signs that this period of consolidation was going to start to form. So if you are a holder of this, or you do want to, you're looking to enter a trade on this name right here, this is exactly what you want to start to see. Now, with that being said, we could take a look at some targets here if we were to get that move. I mean, you could come up to this high here from back in early March 14th. You could even go towards this high here back on March 8th. Those could be some really solid targets. So that's the bullish scenario there with Shiba Inu, with that potential move to the upside. Now, again, we always have to be cautious here and understand the risks that are out in the market at any given time. Because, remember, I'm just treating any of these as a trade. That's all they are to me. But I know some of you guys are in this and you think, oh, these are going to go crazy. We're going to retire off one trade. And even though that's not something that I think is smart to be doing in any market, I still should provide you guys with a good understanding of when you would expect, or when you can expect, again, this overall trend shift and the signs that this thing might start to move in the other direction. So if we start to form this period of consolidation here in this blue line, this daily 10 exponential moving average starts to kind of catch up to price, and you start to get daily closing candles down below that 10 exponential moving average, sort of similar to what you saw back in here, I would start to get a little worried. Now, you don't have to get really worried. Again, you could easily pop back above. What you need to start to look out for, if this is really going to start to reverse this trend, is if you get that close down below the daily 10 exponential moving average, and then you start to push lower. That is going to be that clear sign that you're going to want to watch out for there. Just be aware of this, and make sure that you're keeping yourself safe. Because again, I'm looking at this from a trading perspective, but I have no way to know what you, the viewer, is actually viewing this as. They're all trades in my view. So I think it's pretty likely, just kind of wrapping this section up on Shiba Inu here, I think it's pretty likely that you do get that period of consolidation, you get another break to the upside there. And even on that front too, I've been saying this a lot, that the sequel is never as good as the original. Whereas this trade right here that we saw, this 1 to 8.5 risk to reward idea on Shiba Inu here, was a great trade. Now, is it possible that you can get another one of those 1 to 8, 1 to 10, 1 to 15 risk to reward ideas? Yes, but it is a little bit less likely because prices already started to make these moves, and the buyers may not be as aggressive at these upside levels, and the sellers will most likely be a little bit more aggressive. So just putting that out there for everybody. But let's take a look at these two really, really strong setups that I think I want to bring to your guys' attention. Again, these are going to be ones that we're going to be looking at in the Discord. I'm giving you guys some freebies here. But again, if you guys want the full watch list, the private live streams, the courses, everything, seeing me trade and understand what I'm doing in real time, Make sure that you guys check out that link down below. It is not an alerts community. I don't want you guys to think that, but you guys get to see me execute, talk through all of these trades in real time, and you guys get to see all of my ideas going into not only each individual day, each individual week, and I update them constantly. So let's go through a couple of these. Cardano. Now, this is another one that we've called pretty much to a T over the last couple of weeks here. We had this awesome move on this breakout. Nice little 1 to 10 risk to reward there. Hey, can't be mad about that. So, again, what are we seeing here? I told you guys earlier in this video that I look at the same things every single time. Consistency in your approach and your process is going to generate consistent results, or it's going to give you the best chance at generating those consistent results. So you have a really nice push to the upside here. You are starting to then converge into this daily 10 exponential moving average here, and we're holding. That is exactly what you want to see. Now, I still would like to see a little bit more of a clearly defined range here, because think about what we have. We have a nice push to the upside. This is still, again, I would not say this is consolidation, but then we have only 2 days of consolidation here. Ideally, I'd like at least 3 or 4 days of consolidation before I look at potentially looking for a level to take this higher. Now, if we end up getting those 2 or 3 days here, and then we are able to break to the upside of this range, I think that would be a really, really good spot in order to enter one of these shorter to medium term long positions for a trade. So that's Cardano here. This one's looking pretty solid. Now let's go through the other one. I'll send you guys on your way. And yeah, we'll wrap it up. And again, guys, if you guys enjoy the information and analysis that I provide for you guys in these videos here, make sure you go down, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, and turn notifications on if you guys do want to see more videos like this. So looking at this last one here, this is on Super. So this is an interesting name here. It's got an $822 million market cap. Again, really nice push to the upside. 2 days of consolidation. We'd like to see this 10 exponential moving average start to catch up. And then, obviously, we're looking to kind of tighten up this range here, get a breakout of this recent high. And then we could target, well, we're really, really at these highs here on this name. So, again, when we go into that, let me actually make sure that we are. Yeah, we're kind of at these yearly highs, and there's not really a solid level here that I would look for. So when we do get these types of like 52-week high, or in this case, it's not an all-time high breakout, but there really isn't a level up above us. What I like to do is look for a 1 to 3 risk to reward for either the first take profit there or to start moving stops to break even. And again, all of that understanding is taught a lot more in depth in the course curriculum videos that I have for you guys in my private mentorship community. So, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this one. Hopefully you guys found some value from this video here. If you guys did enjoy, again, make sure you guys drop a like down below. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.